All right, what is going on? Happy Monday. I hope that you are doing well. I am doing well, and this episode is fire. I just got finished recording this episode with Kijuan, and it was epic. It made me laugh. It made me gave me goosebumps at some parts, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Kijuan's got a podcast coming out pretty soon here, and I'm gonna drop. I can't drop a link in it, but just keep your eyes peeled. We talk about it in this episode, so just listen to this episode. You're absolutely going to love it. And keep your eyes and ears peeled for, I think he said it's the 27th of August. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode. See you guys on the other side. Yo. Yo, how's it going, man? How are you?
It is going pretty good. I'm just trying to make sure all my settings are good because it keeps telling me stuff. I'm like, man, shut up.
Yeah, man. How you doing today? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing real well, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How's your Saturday going? Happy Monday for everybody listening to this, but it's Saturday for us right now.
Yeah, no, shoot, man. I just got in from the gym about an hour ago and I tore it up today, hit another PR
Wow.
since my accident. So listen, when I tell you I'm getting stronger, like weekly, I feel like because I feel like maybe a week or two ago, I had just posted a video about me hitting a PR on this same exercise, which is deadlifts. And it was 300 pounds, and I did it like 5 times or something. And then today I did 315 5 times. But today, compared the 315 compared to the 300, it felt like the 315 was easier. I was like, what the heck? I'm getting some crazy strength, man.
Dude,
So
that's nuts, man.
yeah. No, I felt so strong, man. And I took a video, and I always try to take videos, not to show off at the gym or nothing like that. It's to take the video to say, because I'm the type of person that be like, oh, if there's no video, then it's not real. So that's why I did it. And I said that in my video too. I said, this is my new PR 315. We're gonna see what happens. I'm trying to go to 5 reps. And I said that if there's no video, it ain't real. So yeah, man. Nah, I did that, and that was my first workout, by the way. After I got off the treadmill, of course. But man, it felt so good. I was pumped after that. I was killing everything after that.
Dude, that's so sick. I love that you post those videos because every time I see them, I'm like, yo, I gotta go lift. Every single time, I'm like, yo, I gotta go lift some weights, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, and I just posted like you say, this will be coming out on Monday, but on Friday of this past week, I just posted a video. It's called what I call my segments of called Friday Fire. And I posted a video, just encouraging people, in regards to getting in the gym. And I'm at the gym, talking to them, just telling them, yes, I'm back in the gym. I try to keep it consistent, just keep going, man. You never stop. And my consistency goal is to continue at least 3 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday for me. And that's, contingent upon if I'm on vacation, or like last week I was out of town for a Wounded Warriors Project event, for the whole week. But I did get a lift in while I was down there, you know what I mean? So like even in that types, I try to get workouts in then, you know what I'm saying? So the goal that I try to tell people is to do something. Don't feel like you got to be like me. Don't feel like you got to be like the world's strongest man. Be you. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing to me, is just being me. and authentically me at that. So yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, I definitely I relate to that a lot because I always felt like for me like a workout had to be a specific thing. Like it had to be lifting
Hmm.
weights for an hour and 15 minutes with like a warm up, a cool down. There was like this idea in my head where that's what I thought a workout needed to be. And now it's like, dude, if I only have like 45 minutes, I'm gonna go do some hill sprints. You know, if I have no equipment around me, I don't have any, you know, like there's been mornings where I wake up and I'm like, dude, I just want to run around the park. And then once
Hmm.
I'm there, I'm running around the park. I see the playground. I'm like, I could do some pull-ups on that bar. I could do some push-ups in that little grass over there. I could, and then it's like, dude, I just spent an hour and a half running, doing push-ups, doing pull-ups. Like, tell me that's not going to be a good workout, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the key. Like something is better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so crazy because and this is what I was hitting at in the video that I was just telling you about my Friday fire. It was like don't get discouraged about how you see me showing up in my videos. You should actually get encouraged because it shows that you can do it too. If I can do it, I know you can. And that's what I try to encourage people. I'm not here to be that guy that's like, yeah, I'm swole, I'm jacked, I'm this, I'm that, I'm ripped. And you don't see me, you have not seen me in one video where my shirt is off. I don't need to. I'm not trying to because that's not the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is to show you that I am doing something. That's all you need to do is something, and I went, oh man, today was such a special moment for me. Not for me personally, like my gain. It was for somebody else that was there. And I was uh I was doing my what exercise was I doing? I was doing Oh, glute bridges. That's what I was doing. The glute bridges on the mat in the little mainly what I call the stretch area. And there are like these other machines over in that area as well. And I heard a mom in there talking to her daughter. But I'm thinking, just she might just be young or something. That's the reason why she's telling her what to do. And then the girl starts to, respond. And I was like, oh wait, no, she's mentally challenged. I said, I get it. I understand why she's talking like that. And listen to me. You can sound or feel pity right now. But that girl that was on that machine was laughing the entire time. She was having the time of her life while she was in there in the gym with her mother. And she was just enjoying being in the gym. And it was to one point where they were getting ready to switch machines, and she starts laughing and she says, I'm stuck. And I started laughing because what listen, I've been stuck before, okay? But I don't usually say it out loud. I usually just be like, oh shoot, I gotta figure my way out of here. You know? And she just said it. But it's because of her how her mindset is, not being as, I guess you could say, advanced as we are as far as communications go. But again, she was able to communicate the problem. She was stuck. And so she said that, but laughed it off like, "Oh, I'm stuck. Help me," like that. Man, listen, you want to talk about somebody smiling? This guy,
Yeah.
I was smiling so big. Why? It wasn't because she was stuck. It wasn't the fact that I was listening to her talk. It was because I was appreciative that her mother brought her to the gym.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Ju- when they say judgment free zone, they mean it.
Hmm.
There was no,
Oh, yeah.
everybody loves, especially like when I'm in the gym. I mean, granted, I'm a little bit different. Yes, I wear like Air Force One, the Warriors gear, different things like that. And they see that across my chest. But some people come and actually ask me the story behind it. Like, well, what happened to you? And I tell them, about my motorcycle accident. And so this, it's kind of a little different. Now, when you have this young lady who's there, yes, there are physical, you know, audible sounds that you can hear and gravitate towards that say, okay, I understand her situation. Mine is not so obvious. I've actually had people that didn't think I was blind
Yeah,
because
dude,
I'm in
I
a killing
actually
it, you know?
forget about that all the time. I was just thinking about that where I was like, oh, I should actually start saying yeah because I don't like I realized I'm like, oh, he can't see me nodding with him.
Yeah.
I just realized that like a couple minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But again, people don't even realize it. They like,
Hmm.
wait a minute, you're what? I said, yeah, I'm visually impaired. They're like, man, you be in here killing it, not only killing it in the gym, like, as far as workouts, but you're in here dancing. I'll be in the gym having a time.
Hell
I
yeah,
don't
dude.
even I need to start putting those types of videos on there. I'll be having the time of my life in the gym,
Oh,
man.
dude, 100%. I'm the
It's
exact same way, dude. The way I've got my setup right now in my living room, I've got like a stationary bike, and then I've got dumbbells up to 90 pounds with a bench, so I
yeah.
can get like quite a bit done. I could do
Oh
like
yeah.
a lot of leg exercises, a lot of chest exercises. I can pretty much do anything. I've got a
Oh yeah.
kettlebell, and so dude, I've started to do this thing where I just watch like entertaining things while I work out, and it's literally just like an hour of just fun. Dude, it's
Yeah.
literally just like I just throw YouTube on or throw like an anime that I'm watching or something like that, and I just like crush a workout for like an hour and a half. There's been times where like, dude, I'll just throw like a bunch of my laundry that needs to be folded, and I'll be like, okay, I'll fold 3 items and then do like a max set of push-ups, or I'll do like 5 items and then do a max set of pull-ups. Like just find little ways to make like it more convenient and more fun. And dude, I feel like maybe this is like a controversial thing to say or whatever, but this is what I'm thinking. It's like, a lot of the time, maybe that like person's mental illness helps them not really like realize the one thing that like a lot of like maybe like a lot of people feel is they think like, oh, I'm gonna go and get judged. There's gonna be like all these
Exactly.
eyes on me. And
Yeah.
dude, it's a beautiful thing that maybe that person did feel like that at some point, but I just feel like it's one of the most common things. Even when I was at the gym, I did think that. I would be like, "Oh, people are looking at me." And so like even though I didn't have that self-consciousness in the same way, it was still like I have to present myself a certain way. I got to wear clothes that make myself look jacked. That's
Hmm.
the way I thought about it because I
Yeah.
thought that there was always this like idea that people were always looking and watching and judging, and I wanted to present myself well. I wanted to look jacked. I'd keep my hoodie on until I got a pump on, like it was like. And it's funny because anytime you hear a story like that, I don't think anybody that could hear that story and not be like, dude, I want to cheer her on.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's no reason like anytime you see somebody that's like overweight or you can just tell is just like a beginner in the gym and they kind of have that nervous energy, you
Mhm.
like it almost is like a intrinsic like, oh, I want them to succeed. I want them to just keep showing up. Keep like exactly like you said, like just keep showing up. Like there's going to be days where you don't want to show up. Just show up and
Yeah.
understand like even if it's just to come and say hi to a buddy and do like a 15-20 minute bike ride and then just like stretch and like kind of like whatever, if your gym has a sauna or a steam room or whatever, like
Hmm.
just making a routine of like I'm going to commit to a 45-minute time period, an hour time period, hour and a half, whatever time you spend at the gym. It's like I'm just going to commit that to like myself and just show up for
Hmm.
myself every single day. That's like honestly like when I watch your Instagram videos, that is every single time I'm like, dude, I could squeak something in. Like there's always the excuses while I'm driving home or when I'm just finishing work. Oh, I worked hard today on the job site. Oh, I could skip a workout. But it's more about just like, no, I commit just 45 minutes to an hour every day, bare minimum to just to show up for myself and just to like try and make an improvement. Like I said, even if it's just like light cardio and stretching, like
Right.
just to show up every day, like that is the one thing that that I think I believe in the most is like conducive to mental and physical health. It's just to
Yeah.
commit that little bit of time for yourself, man.
I tell you, I'm glad you keep mentioning stretching because the older we get, the less we stretch. Have
Oh
you
yeah.
noticed that?
Well,
Have you
actually,
noticed that?
no.
Like when we,
I'm the opposite, dude. I feel like the older I've been getting, I'm like, oh, I need to stretch more, dude. Like I'm actually
well,
super
I mean,
sore.
if you think about most adults,
Oh yeah.
the
Oh,
older you get, the
100%.
less you're thinking about stretching. You're on the go. You're going. That's the last thing you think about. When you were younger, playing, running around, maybe sports, maybe PE, physical education or fitness, however you want to put it, you were stretching. You were doing some kind of stretch, holding it, learning how to do it. And what we get when we get older is immobile because of the fact that we don't stretch.
Oh yeah,
We
dude.
can't bend like we used to. We can't do. We throw our backs out because we don't stretch anymore. You know what I mean? Like these are the reasons this happens is not because you can't lift the weight. It's because you didn't stretch before you did it. You know, like you pulled something because you didn't do the proper things before you were supposed to do that. You lifted with your back instead of your legs. You know what I mean? Like these are things that we forget in technique that I try to teach even people that are older or younger. Like when I did my deadlifts today, I to be honest, deadlifts, I love deadlifts. Why? Because first off, it's a full body workout. Secondly, it keeps your mind. I promise you, I'm not picking up 315 pounds if I'm pulling with all of my back. I probably would have snapped something because I have metal rods in my back. I probably would have snapped something. So if I would have tried to pick that thing up with just my back, oh, I wouldn't be on this podcast with you right now. No,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
I would be at the ER. Them trying to figure out how to put those rods back. And so when you see that video, you'll see it because I am going to release it. When you do see that video, you'll see me get down as low as I can. And when I get down there, I'm building up the pressure in my legs so that it can be used to pick up.
Right.
I'm also looking straight ahead. Why am I looking straight ahead? So I can keep my back flat. You don't want a hunch. You want it flat back. That's a part of technique. And I also let my arms stay as long as possible. I want them to be elongated because you don't want them to be curled up because that's now trying to curl the weight. These are things that can mess you all the way up. You know what I mean? And you want to make sure you tighten your core when you stand up straight. Man, listen, I'm telling you, I get in that gym and I go hard, man. I love it. I love it.
Did you lift weights before your accident?
Yeah, yeah. Because I played football too, so I've
Right.
been lifting weights since I was in eighth grade.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so I've been lifting for a long time, man, and for sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I was gonna say, like a lot of people, like when I had to learn to lift weights, I had to almost watch myself
Hmm.
and kind of like see the visual cues of like, oh, this is like, I'm not activating my glutes as much as I want to when I squat or deadlift. I had to
Yep.
actually visually see it. And so, how does like, do your workouts feel different? Do you feel like more of a mind muscle connection because you have to keep that like kind of focus? Do you work with a trainer? Like, how do you
I
kind of
have a personal
navigate that?
trainer, but he's not even with me. He just
Right,
sends me workouts. Now
right,
I do send him videos sometimes of things that I do because he might want to see my form or something. But he's seen all my forms and he's like, dude, you're killing it.
right.
Like you know what you're doing. And so now going back to the original question you asked me, I feel way more connected with my body now that I can't see.
Hmm.
Before I lost my sight, I was just trying to get that weight off me.
Right.
So the whole goal is to hurry up and do it.
Hmm.
Now I'm like, well, that's cheating. I feel like I'm cheating myself.
Right.
So I put a video up. I don't know if you've seen it when I was doing squats, and it was like I think it was like 180. Wait, yeah, it's like 185 pounds or something.
Right.
I was doing like 185 pounds, but I was going as low as I could. like literally could not stop anymore or go any lower. And
Hmm.
I would sit there for 2 seconds at least, and then I would come up. When
Right.
you do that, it's kind of spring loading, but that's a dead stop. You have to use your muscles, literally use your muscles in order to stand back up.
Hmm.
That's 185 pounds just sitting on your back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're not using technique, ooh wee, hey, ooh wee is all I'm gonna say. Cause it's gonna hurt when you stand up. And it just makes you use all of your muscles, like your core, your quads, your hammies, your glutes to when you get up to a certain point, you gotta squeeze those glutes to stand all the way up. You know what I mean? And so keep your back at a certain point so it doesn't hunch over. Like I said, I'm telling you, if you hunch that back on any of those types of lifts, it's gonna kill you, man. It's gonna
Yeah.
kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Dude, that's really sick. So how long was it between when you had rods put in your back to when you started actually just like lifting weights at all? Like like even just like a 5 pound or even just doing body weight stuff. Like what was the timeline like for you?
I was still in the hospital actually. Maybe a month and a half after that.
Hmm.
A month and a half, because they wanted my arms. They needed my arms and stuff to get stronger for me to support myself when it came to learning how to walk again. So
Hmm.
I was still in my wheelchair at the time, but there's an area you can be wheeled into, and you know how you do dips?
Right.
Well, they have a machine that they put a certain weight on it and you do dips that way and you push it down. Dude,
Right.
I got to the max and I almost flipped the machine. I
That's
almost
hilarious.
flipped the machine back, dude. But that was me in my mind. I'm like, oh, forget, I'm finna kill this thing. And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, oh, calm down. But no joke, man. I thing about flipped over. And he was like, hey, I just want you to be able to do it. I don't need you to destroy it.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, man, I still remember that like it was yesterday. And again, this was at UNC Hospital in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And yeah, that like I was doing that weights, those types of weights. I don't think I was doing anything else. I mean, other than like standing and transferring and stuff like that. That's really all I was doing or pulling myself up. That's the only way I can remember me doing is that tricep extension. Basically, is what it felt like. Push down, or you could call it a push down.
Right, right.
But that's all I remember because I had to support myself when I was on the uh what do you call it? Oh, shoot.
On that like the dip bar?
No, when you're walking parallel bars. When you're on the parallel bars, trying to walk.
Oh,
They teach
right.
you how
Yeah,
to
yeah,
walk.
yeah.
Yeah. So they wheel your wheelchair in there, and then they lock the wheelchair, and they help you stand up, and then you take as many as big as small steps as you can. And man, I feel like, and I talked about this in my book. Um, I said, uh, it literally felt like I was taking baby steps. And when I say baby steps, I mean like little baby steps.
Right.
The first time I did that and barely getting my foot off the ground, man. Hey, I still remember these days. Like yeah, like it was yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the other things I remember on a positive note was as soon as I would get wheeled through that threshold of the rehab area, they, they would see me coming, like the therapist in there, they would see me coming. They're like, uh-oh, here comes trouble. I said, yep, and y'all better turn the music up. Man, I used to make it when I came through, everybody knew. Okay.
Dude.
So
Were you always like that? Like with your sense of humor and just like happy, like kind of just dude, that's
I
such a
am what you call not just me, but my family. We are the life of the party, man. When we come through, you gonna know.
yeah,
You
yeah.
are going to know. Like my uncles, when they were younger, they used to break dance.
Oh,
They
no
used to
way.
actually, yeah, they used to actually breakdance and travel up and down the East Coast, like to New York and stuff, with their own little group.
That's
Yeah, man.
crazy, dude.
And yeah, yeah, and uh, then we had other family that also break dance, and God rest their souls. But they used to break dance as well. And I mean, when I tell you, like, legit on your head spinning around, dude.
Oh, like B-boy stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
legit
yeah.
stuff on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
head, hitting the copper wetter before they get spinning, and then
Yeah, yeah.
poof. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, golly, dude, it was so cool to watch it because actually seen that right up close and personal. We used to
Right.
make we used we used to make our cousin do it all the time. He's like, "Come on, guys." We like, dude, we'll never see you. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
bust it for
yeah.
us once.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Dude, that's like when you have a friend that can do a backflip. You're like, yo, show
Exactly.
them your backflip. Yo, you
Yes,
have to do
exactly,
it.
bro. That's exactly what happened. Every time he comes down. And so I think that's why he used to come down every now, like every
Just
like
a
be so
little
spaced
ego
out.
boost. Just a little ego boost there for him.
It'll be so spaced out because he's like, man, I really don't feel like doing this.
Yeah. Dude,
But
that's
he
awesome.
was like, hey man, clap it up for me. And so that what clap it up means is it's like giving them a beat to
Hmm, hmm.
to build up off of. So we'll just start doing this right here. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm feeling it. All right, I feel all right, I got it. And so he'll just bump, like then he'll just go, bah, 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 and then he'll. And when I say like flip his self to where like his back shoulder is gonna hit the ground.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah.
now, hear me clearly. We're not indoors, by the way. Just to let you know, we are on concrete slab from a garage. There's no cardboard. There's no no piece of nothing is on the. There's nothing on the ground but
Yeah.
straight concrete. And when he hit that ground, it was like boom. I was like, oh,
Like, yo, is he all
but
right? Like,
oh, he was good because
no,
he
no, I
went
know,
right.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. He was good because he kept going. And he was like, woo, and woo, and then woo, woo. And then he finally got up on his head with no beanie.
Dude,
I said, what is going on? I said,
that's
man, my head would be
crazy.
bleeding right now.
Yeah, that's
my
crazy.
my soft spot would be getting in here.
Did you ever ask him, yo, how'd you do that?
I never got the chance. I was just so like at that point, I was a little kid, man. I was still like, I don't know, maybe in single digits,
Right, right.
at that time. So my mind wasn't even on that. I mean, I loved it because I'm a dancer too.
Hmm.
So, and I mean that in every sense of the word. I'm a dancer myself. I still dance to the day. But like, I don't know if you ever seen that movie, You Got Served.
Yes, dude.
I
100%.
used to I used to literally be doing the dances on that movie.
That's nuts.
I am
Yeah,
not lying.
dude. Oh man, I had a buddy that was really good at dancing in high school, and he would just do it all the time because it was just
Mhm.
like the sickest thing, and people would just go nuts, dude. People loved
Yeah.
it. It is just like one of those
Oh yeah.
skills where, I don't really think of it that often, but
Uh-huh.
then when I see someone do it really well, there is something that's just like you can't stop watching.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
no, for
the
real.
craziest thing.
Dude, I used to so I'm friends with Chris Brown's choreographer.
Oh, what? That's crazy, dude.
We we grew up together. Him
Wow.
and we went to middle school and high school together. So
Wow, dude.
we used to literally dance battle in eighth grade, a little bit in ninth grade, but after like 10th grade, dude, I couldn't do nothing with him. Because my brain went towards sports. His brain was still in dancing.
Right.
So
It's
when
very
we
different.
split, yeah, very much so. Because I'm getting more like strength wise as far as being sturdy.
What
He's
did you
more
play in
loose,
football again? What position were you?
everything except for line. Everything except for the line.
Right.
I wanted to do running back, but we had too many, so I just let that go. I didn't care for running back. I was like, we got way too many running backs, and y'all keep putting people that don't even play running back in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Like I was starting safety, was playing freaking running back
Right, right.
because he was so stupid fast.
Right, right.
I mean, crazy fast. This kid was running. sub tens in the 100-meter dash
Oh wow.
in high school.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
that's
Like,
crazy,
so
dude.
yes, like he was crazy. And you know, we had him, we had another guy who was starting wide receiver, but NC State, who was recruiting him, wanted to see him at running back. So they wanted some
Mm,
film on him at running back. So now we're putting him in the backfield too.
crazy.
I'm like, dude, we got like seven running backs. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, so now, what I wish I would have done was stay on defense. I do wish that much, but I didn't like the position they were playing me at.
Hmm.
It's because I was 5'11" in high school. I'm 6'1" now, but I was 5'11" at my highest in high school, and maybe weighing 165, 170, and you're trying to play me at strong safety outside linebacker. Hey man, we're running up against some big boys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
These running backs are like 200 plus pounds.
Oh, easily, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The biggest guy we ran up against was like 240
Oh, dude, I know. It's
playing
crazy.
running back.
It's crazy.
We're not even talking like some of our guys was 240 playing lineman.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
Oh man, I don't
so
even know
yeah,
what it is. I think maybe it's just because like the population in the States is so much denser and so much higher. But dude,
yeah.
even when I was like, excuse me, when I grew
Hmm.
up, I was playing hockey and rugby. Those were like the two sports. And dude, every single time we went down to Washington State, there was
Yeah.
everybody there was just bigger. It was just just
Oh
bigger
yeah, no, for
fucking
sure
people.
there.
And we would be like, dude, is this something that they eat? Like, are these like, you know what, like what is wrong?
Yes.
But also it's like, I think it's just like like a population thing. Like it's like if you have a higher population, obviously like the ratio of bigger people is going to be higher as well. So they're
You
going to be
tend to also find girthier people up north in the
like the
U.S.
Pacific
Be,
Northwest.
well, the U.S. in general because of it being cold. So they just put on weight
Mm.
to kind of
You
to
think so?
kind of
You think
fight that.
that? You think
Dude,
so?
and then because you're not finding that many, like if there are big people in the South, it's because they're like on a farm or they're just like
Or
their
in a
natural
wheelchair in
build
Walmart, dude.
or their natural build, like from their
Yeah.
family is big. You know what I mean? You don't just find a bunch of big people that's like, well, I guess I'll eat all day long. Now, don't get me wrong. We eat good in the South. So you can find some people like that. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
those guys we were running up against that, like I told you, those 240 and stuff, them boys was eating.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
dude.
Hey, what we call them grass fed.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a cow, eh?
Exactly.
Or
We call
what?
them
Or
grass.
corn fed, corn fed. Those
Yeah,
corn
corn and
fed
grass
boys.
fed, man. Cause they eating some good steaks. They're eating the goodness out there, and they're actually probably killing it themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Just
But
crushing, dude.
but the other thing, like I say, with guys that were on farms, grew up on farms, man, they gotta carry that hay. They literally are
Right.
carrying the bales of hay, throwing it on the trucks. Brother, do you know how much a bale of hay weighs? I don't want no parts
I
of
have
it.
no idea, but it just looks uncomfortable, dude.
I don't want any parts of it. You know what I mean? So I know why they're big.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
naturally big.
Yeah.
Now, had you played those boys in Nebraska, like places like that, ooh-wee, I'll tell you right now, they probably either the same size or bigger than those guys in Washington.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
But yeah.
It's crazy, dude. You were saying yesterday we were texting, you were saying, dude, you went
Mhm.
sailing recently?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just
Dude,
got
what is that
back from
like?
just got back from a trip in Tampa. Well, I think we were in St. Petersburg, Florida, when we did the sailing trip, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And this was it was well, first off, I wanted to do it. Like I had been wanting to do this about 2 years now, go sailing. And so I
Right.
finally got the chance. So I was stoked. Everybody else was, some people had did it, some people hadn't. the guys who hadn't, they were like up in, you had your hit and miss that wanted to do it and didn't want to do it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Some people also had anxiety about it, being on the water, stuff like that. But
You're like, bro,
me,
how do you think I feel? Like, I'm still ready to rock and roll. Let's go.
no, it's me, I was in the mindset of I just want to be on the boat. And then they said something like when we were first doing the class or, sitting in the class and they was talking to us, they were like, oh yeah, we want you guys to feel free to do whatever you want on the boat. Like if you want to steer, if you want to do the trim, if you want to do this. And I was like, I want to steer. Like
Yeah.
straight like I'm the first person raising my I want to steer.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody else is looking at me like, wait, what?
Still
He's the
probably
only
better than
blind
all
guy
the
here.
drivers in the city that I live in, dude.
Dude, I was the only blind guy there, and I was the first to raise my hand saying I wanted to steer.
Yeah, yeah. Hell yeah,
And
dude.
the instructor was like, "Let's do it." And so I from getting pushed off the dock to coming back in, I steered the whole way.
No way.
Not lying.
Dude.
The instructor, he was telling me what to do. He was saying port, like to pull the mast to port,
Right.
or go starboard, or go
Right.
center. Dude, once I got like the points of where I needed to go, oh, it was a wrap. The I also had a small, I'll give it a little bit more. I had an advantage. So the job that I used to do in the military, which was, in-flight refueling,
Right.
I had to do something similar to that. I had to fly the boom around in the sky.
Right. And so you
It
have somebody
felt
telling you like go to the left, go to the right.
Nah, I had to do that all off my own.
Oh,
But
what?
what I'm getting at, yeah, what I'm getting at is it felt the same. Dude, I felt like
Huh.
I was back in the jet refueling.
Huh.
I was like, oh, this feels so good. Like, because all it is you cutting into the wind. That's
Right.
it. I'm doing the same thing when I'm flying the boom around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cutting into the wind. Dude, I was like, this feels just like when I was on the jet. And I
Wow.
told the instructor, I said, this is actually pretty similar to what I used to do in the Air Force. He's like, what did you do? And I told him just exactly what I just told you. He's like,
Right.
oh crap, that's pretty cool. I said, yeah, this feels just like that. And
What's that like, dude? That's just as you say that, I kind of get goosebumps because it's kind of like I don't know, what does that feel like? I don't want to try
oh,
and
you mean
guess.
in-flight refueling?
No, no, no. I just mean to be able to feel that feeling again. Like we're kind of
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, man, dude, as you saw me smiling,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it felt like. I just felt like I was back in my element.
Right,
And
dude.
to me, refueling was everything, dude. That was the best part of the job, was actually going in the back of that plane and seeing another one pull up to you, seeing maybe two, three, four, five of them pull up. Because maybe it's fighters. Fighters, you can have like four planes, two on each side, waiting to be refueled, man. They're just
Wow.
sitting there chilling. You know what I mean? And or you
How
got
much
one
bigger
really
is
big
your
one.
plane? How much bigger is your aircraft than that? Than the
Then the
fighters waiting
fighters.
to yeah.
Um, we're probably about three,
Or
maybe
what's
three
can you tell
times
me
sizers,
can you could,
three times bigger or something like that, maybe.
could you tell me what the aircraft was that you were flying or no?
Yeah, yeah. It's a KC-135.
AC-135. I'm just gonna Google it really quick.
Yeah, KC-135. It's like a Boeing 707 type body frame.
Oh wow, that's a big one, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty decent
Oh,
size.
it looks almost like a commercial, like a plane that you would just fly on.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was based off of a Boeing 707.
Yeah, yeah.
They just modified it for us.
Wow, dude, you were in that thing?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So and then the fighters, they're like I said, they're probably about I don't know, we're probably like three, four times bigger than that.
Right.
But in different ways, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
They can't hold nowhere near. as much gas as we can. So, and they burn pretty much all of
So
it.
so is like the entire like where you would just be like passengers on a commercial plane, is that entire thing just fuel?
Absolutely not. We carry passengers.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
no, everything under. So where commercial planes store cargo, all of that is fuel.
hmm,
So we put a bunch of the wings. The wings have four tanks, one for each engine, because we have four engines as you should probably see.
yeah.
So one for each engine, but on the very tip of the wing are two is a reserve tank. You got a reserve tank on the far left wing and a reserve tank on the far right wing. So there's six total tanks on the wings
Wow.
just by itself. Then you have the forward body tank, which is right there behind the nose wheel.
Hmm.
Then you
Okay.
have the center wing, which is basically where the wings meet the plane.
Right.
In that middle area, underneath the floor of where
The passengers would
the
walk.
passengers and cargo compartment is what we call it is. That's a tank.
Hmm.
Then behind that is the aft body tank. So there's another tank. And then at the very back, at the very back is another tank. It's really small though. It's only like it only holds like 200 pounds.
That's crazy, dude. And so, dude, because like you're obviously flying these not just over the U.S., right? Like there's like these things are taken overseas, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Oh,
the main
absolutely.
that's like the main use for them, I would assume. But what is that ever as scary as hell? Just thinking you're just sitting basically on a bomb.
We try not to think of it that way.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's a lot of
uh
that fuel. Like it's
so
fuel by nature, right?
the most fuel that thing well I've ever seen it carry is I think it was 180,000 pounds.
How many like gallon? Do you know how many gallons of fuel that is?
We don't really do the conversions that way because the density can differentiate how many gallons depending on what type of jet fuel you use.
Right,
Because we switched jet fuels. Like when I first came in, we were using JP8. Then they were using JP4. Then they used Jet A. All these different types of fuel have different densities.
right. Different
So
viscosity or whatever.
exactly, and so that determines the size, the gallons that you are able to get in there.
Right,
Now the pounds that doesn't change
right.
because that's what we go based off of anyway.
Huh.
Our fuel panel operates off of pounds. It
Oh,
doesn't
wow.
operate off of gallons.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've seen 180K, 178, 178K, 170K, 1,000 pounds on this plane, man. As far as gas, that's just gas.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, bro. And I've offloaded 100K to a B1,
Wow,
100,000 pounds, man.
dude.
And
Dude,
that would take
whoa.
like, so I think if you do the math, I think the B1 offloads the quickest, and I believe that is what is it? Is it 7,000 pounds a minute?
That
I
was
believe it's
are they those are like the okay, they're not the Dorito ones, right? They're the B1.
Dorito.
Well, the B2 ones always look like Doritos to me in the sky, dude. Those are the death Doritos. The death
The
Doritos,
B1.
man.
The
The B1s
the
actually look
B1 Lancer is a variable, like the wings can move, so they can sweep back, so that they can go faster, or they can
oh
come out.
crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, or they can
Oh,
come out,
wow.
and when they need to slow down and hit a target, stuff like that.
Holy
It's
shit, dude.
blue. Yeah. And the refueling receptacle is right on the nose.
What? So
Literally
you
eight.
fly in front of it?
We're in front of all of them. Look, we're always on top.
Right.
So we're flying on top. It's like they're pulling up like this, like a gas station. You know how
Like a
you pull up to a gas station,
dude, I
but
was
they're
about to
pulling
say
up to a
that.
flying gas station. Yeah, and it's like angled basically just like this. We're a
Dude.
little bit ahead of them, and they're a little bit behind us in low.
Huh.
And so their receptacle, and hear me clearly because I remember this like it was yesterday. We had to know this information. Their receptacle is literally 18 inches away from their window.
Oh shit, dude.
Exactly.
A foot
You
and a
got
half.
this much room for make
Yeah.
for to mess something up, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you're doing 325 knots.
That's
That's how fast we're both
insanity,
going.
dude.
Exactly.
Wow, man.
I mean, and people always ask me how fast are you going? I have to say knots because miles per hour up in the air always varies based off of wind speed.
Right.
Because if you got a tailwind, you're going faster than 315 knots. If you got a headwind, you're going slower. If you got a crosswind, it depends on whether you're cutting into the crosswind or going or if it's pushing you. You know what I mean? So it's so many variables in when it comes to miles per hour that you have to go off something that is set and can be set, which is our indicated airspeed. The
Hmm.
indicated airspeed is in knots. So
Yeah.
planes operated off of knots, as well as ships. They
Yeah,
operated
boats
off
as
knots
well.
too. Yeah. hmm Yep.
That's crazy, dude. And so when you went sailing, do you think you'll go sailing again, or do you think you're just
I
gonna
hope.
do you think you'll ever have you flown anything? Or will you ever do you think you'll ever get the chance to like at least like co-pilot and steer or
I just found out something about a an organization that'll take you Piedmont something. They're here in North Carolina. They will take you from here to DC and let you steer.
Hmm.
And I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Cause I listen, I'm all about that. What's the heading, brother? Where we going?
Yeah, yeah.
And I the other thing is, man, I miss that so much. I want to make some radio calls. I want to do it all.
Oh, dude, I can tell
Let me
just by
drop
the
the
way you talk
gear.
about it, dude.
Yeah, let me drop the gear. Let me set flaps. What we going to? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I loved flying.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't even a pilot. Like Mark, just think of that. I wasn't even a pilot, but I landed the plane better than some pilots.
That's
How
crazy,
how
dude.
did I do that though? Because you can't do it legally. I did it in the sim. They would
Huh.
let me fly in the sim. We would do this thing called Sim Olympics, bro. And when I tell you I won every time, I was the best landing boom operator at Seymour Johnson when I was there.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, dude. It's just in you, man.
Yeah. No, listen, aeronautics is in me. And guess what? I had flown one time before I went to boot camp,
Wow.
as in ever been in an airplane.
Right.
Once before I went to boot camp.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever flown in one of those little like otters or like the seaplanes? Have you ever flown in anything like that? The
No,
little
no,
tiny
that
guys?
sounds cool though. No, but you mean like the ones that can land on sea?
Yeah, yeah, on the
Yeah,
water,
no,
yeah.
I've seen them, but no, I haven't flown in them.
Like
We flew
the little like
to,
single engine the tiny little guys. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little tiny ones?
well, I know small planes. I do like the little Cessnas and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so about the
Mm.
same size, yeah. But the we call them otters, I guess. I think that's what the brand
I
is,
know.
but
I think I heard of it before,
yeah, yeah. They're
but
just little guys. There's a airport, the airport right by us, because we're right on the water here in Vancouver, and
oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, the airport by us. There's you can get like those just like a commercial passenger kind of like you could just fly around the province on those because there's so many like little like cities and areas around the coast. So you
Hmm.
can just fly up the province in one of those for and dude, there's in the city I live in where the airport is in Richmond, it's actually like the Vancouver airport's in the suburb of Vancouver. And there's a little like pub right there where the seaplanes take off, so you could just watch them. And dude, they I've gotten to ride in a couple of them recently, and it's like, dude, it is such a fun little like it's you feel every single bit of turbulence of wind,
Hmm.
and having them take off, and dude, just being in one of those is like I could only imagine what it's like flying that thing. Like,
Yeah. Where were we at? Oh, St. Croix. We were at St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, and the airport we flew into also had like a little area where they had seaplanes that could land
mm-hmm,
because it was right near the water,
mm-hmm,
where the airport was. And so the lady who actually owned the airport, by the way, it was a lady who owned it.
dope.
Yes, she also flew planes. And
Mm,
she was getting ready. She's like, yeah, once you guys get done with all the paperwork and stuff you need to do, I got to go take off and go over to, it was some other island, some other Virgin Island, pick somebody up and bring them back to St. Croix.
wow,
And she was taking the seaplane. And, um,
dude,
because
they're
it's
sick as
so,
hell. They're so fun.
yeah, because it's so, see, then this one had two engines, two prop engines, the one she was flying. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry, I'm
no,
dumb.
you're good. And so when she was talking to us, she was like, "So how do you guys, like the Air Force and the plane you fly on? It seems to be very unique." And we were telling her all about it, and she looked it up before she came. Before we came in, because they were like, "Wait, what is coming in here?" You know, because every time you do your flight plan and all that stuff, all that information, like the model of airplane, all that stuff is on there. And
Right,
so she's like, what the heck is a KC-135? And so she looks it up and she's like, huh? Like, and then she's asking us all these questions when we landed. And she's like, so how do you guys like the mission that you do? And man, we were just talking, man. And she loved us by the time we were done. And she was actually a black lady too. I was like, yo, this is so cool.
that's
Just
dope.
talking how she had her own airport and everything. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really dope, dude. That's really dope. That'd be really cool if you got the opportunity like I said, dude, like just like steer, like co-pilot, steer a plane, dude. That would fire me up just to see it because I love to hear you talk about that stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's sick to see you get fired up too because it just makes you so happy, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
that's wicked. And so, what's you got on your plate now? You're writing. Are you writing again? Are you
I'm
starting
getting
a
ready to,
podcast?
but the podcast is what I'm focused on right now, man.
Right.
So the end of this month, August 27th, I'm gonna be starting my first podcast. Well, I've already been in the recording studio, getting things ready. But the first official episode will come out on August 27th, that morning. So I'm excited. The podcast is called No Sight, No Excuses. That's the name of the podcast.
Dope.
And exactly. And it's me talking. I'm doing solo as well as guests, episodes. The first like five or so episodes will be solo. It'll be me talking and get everybody kind of warmed up to me. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And to
Mm-hmm.
my natural abilities of speaking. Dude, that felt so good that first episode I recorded. Like I felt so comfortable. And it's a podcast like it's self-explanatory, but also, real raw, authentic conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have conversations. I'm gonna talk about things that can better people, things that have helped better me, that could potentially help you, and give you examples of why it can. I don't just do, yeah, I know it'll do it. I know. No, I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I'm gonna give you the sure mindset behind it because I believe in mindset shifts because that's how it helped me. That's how I got to where I am today. I'm gonna give you the real, stories about depression, suicidal ideations, all the things I went through, and give you how I came out of it, how you can seek help. These different things. And so that's what it's about, man. Real raw conversations, man. And man, I'm excited because everybody else wanted to hear about it. So I brought it to them, and that's what I said in my first podcast. I can't wait for people to hear it. I don't want to give it away too much.
Yeah, dude. I have always thought that you need your own podcast because every time I talk to you, I just feel myself like spiraling down these random thought like just like the first thoughts that I get. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
and it just seems for me like so interesting because it's such a mind fuck to pardon my French, but like to think
Mhm.
about like, dude, it is crazy to think like what would my experience be if I lost my vision? Even just like closing my eyes and thinking about it. It's like what would it actually be like? Like how would I start to interface with the world? And so it is such a thing that I'm curious about. And I'm just like, dude, I could listen to you just talk about these experiences for like hours and hours. Like that is
Yeah.
what I would listen to at work is like hearing about shit like that.
Yeah, man. It's funny you mentioned that. Like, what you do if you were blind? Uh, when I was just in Tampa, like I told you, with the Winter Warriors project, we were doing this. The title of the event is called Project Odyssey, and this was a male event, all males, and we're all wounded warriors from the military. We did a it's like a paint project, and all we were doing was painting a mask.
Hmm.
It was literally just a mask of some kind of animal, whatever it
Right.
was. And I think I had like a unicorn. I had no clue what it was until they
Right.
told me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And again, I'm the only blind guy.
Right.
So what they did though was make well, not make, had everybody say, well, here's a blindfold. You can choose not to use it, or you can accept to use it. I
That's
said, "Can I get a?"
awesome.
And so check this out. So you know me, I'm very comical and I love to have fun. I said,
Yeah.
"Well, can I get a blindfold, please?" And right after they said that, I said, "Can I please get a blindfold? I need one." And everybody laughed, which broke the ice
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make everybody kind of want to participate in it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, I just
Dude,
envision you tying one of those on your forehead like a Mr. Miyagi. Like, let's fucking go.
I should have put it on and put it sideways.
Yeah, that's
That's what I
awesome.
should have did. But like,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
this works. This is a good spot right here.
Yeah.
But what it did, man, was allow people to to be a part of me just for a second.
Yeah.
And it was guys to my left, guys to my right, guys all over the room.
Hmm.
And they asked him, well, how did y'all feel about that experience? One guy was like, I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
He said, my life felt like a mess for that time that I couldn't see. And
Oh
you could
yeah.
hear it when he was painting. It was the guy sitting to my left. You could hear it in when he was painting. He was just like, like that's. And
Oh,
here I
dude.
look, here I am painting. I'm like all smooth and nice,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm just painting little small areas of this mask. I'm not even painting the whole mask. And then when they asked me about my mask and why I painted it the way I did, I said, yeah, I didn't paint my whole mask because I was basing it off of what you guys were saying. You said to paint the inside as if how I think internally. So
Mm.
internally, I use my ears a lot. That's why I painted their ears. I use them to listen a lot. I use it whether it's listening to people or listening to articles or listening to some kind of whatever it is, podcast, TV, whatever it is, I'm always listening majority of the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then I said I painted I think it was my around my mouth because I do as well. Well, no, the next thing I painted was my like around the forehead, like this area, because I was like, and then I used the things I've heard to channel my thoughts. Oh no,
Right.
I listen, I broke this thing down like it was some old
Oh, dude, you were on a
psychology.
philosophical. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were on an adventure, dude.
Dude, that everybody was clued in on what I was saying.
Right. It
You know what
makes
I
sense,
mean?
dude. It makes
And
sense because
so
a lot of people like especially when they attempt art or even myself, like you're always considering the big picture of like what it's going to look like. But
exactly.
you're breaking it down in the terms of like the process of why am I doing this art in the first place? Like it's a form of expression. Like it's something to
The
be.
thing, Mark, the thing that I had to do was get out of my own way first.
Mhm.
Why do I say that? At first, I didn't want to do it because I was like, I can't see this crap. Why am I
Literally.
painting?
Yeah.
It's not gonna help me. I can't see anything. I'm not gonna be able to see what I'm doing. And
Oh,
then
right,
they,
dude. Because it's almost like you can't even see your own work. Like you can't even reap the
right,
reward.
exactly. And so, but
Mm,
what happened was that's when they said something about the blindfolds. I said,
right.
oh wait, so everybody's gonna be able to be the same on the same playing field,
Right.
huh? So that's when my open mindedness came back. Because
Hmm.
I had closed off. Oh, I was done. I
Yeah.
didn't want nothing else to do it. But when they offered up the blindfolds to other people and people were accepting, I said, okay, we're back. Even playing field.
Yeah, because it's
Let's
almost like, why are you getting a blind guy to do this? Like, come on, man. You
yes.
didn't think that there
Dude,
was going to
I
be any
was
blind people?
trust me. Trust me.
Right, right.
I was about to go off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
get
I
that.
already had my excuses lined up. Already had them.
Right.
And then they turned the tables. And I said, okay, I like it. Well, now I'm gonna get philosophical. I'm gonna get psychological. I'm finna get so like my mindfulness was finna open up like a fire hose.
Hmm.
And I was just pouring it out, man. And when everybody was listening to what I was saying, I was like, yeah, that's why I painted it that way. Yeah, that's why I did this. And that's why I did that. And they were like, oh, wow. It's like, yeah.
It is cool that they, well, I think that probably because it is cool how like almost like humor was what like addressed the elephant in the room. Like you like obviously like they're because they dude, I could easily see like it just being uncomfortable on every single buddy if nobody said anything or did anything. Like because
Yeah.
they like the event organizers or whatever are probably like, dude, we look like idiots. Like why are we like we didn't think about this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like but like it could be offensive in their eyes. They're like, oh, I could be offensive to him if I say anything. Like
Yeah.
so they had to use like humor in a creative way. And then obviously you as well. You're like, yo, could I get a blindfold? Like, dude, that's gonna make everybody laugh. Like that's
Hmm.
hilarious, you know? So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
it is interesting how like just addressing that elephant in the room of just like, yo, it is what it is, dude. You can't like pretend your way out of being blind. Like it is what it fucking is. So
No, I don't know. It just might be how I was brought up, but I've always learned how to cut tension.
yeah.
And that's basically what I did with the whole, blindfold thing. When they talked about the blind, I was like, oh yeah, let me get one of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody in this room knows I'm blind. We've been there for like 3 or 4 days already. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm like, hey, can I get one of those blindfolds? Yeah, I need one. I'm gonna need one for this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm cutting tension left and right. Everybody's laughing. They're getting into it and getting involved as well. And it even made somebody say, this, activity made me think of Kiwi. And then of course that's what they call me.
Yeah.
It made me think of Kiwi and what he has to deal with on a daily.
Yeah, yeah.
He can't see. We can take these blindfolds off. He can't do that.
Yeah.
And that is what I want them to understand. It wasn't that I don't want to do the activity. I want them to understand that, hey, I'm at a disadvantage. Everybody else in here can see. What are we doing about that? You know what I'm saying? And then they brought up that blindfold, man. I was actually appreciative of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. Like the like just addressing the elephant in the
Yep.
room and just like
Yep.
treating you like an equal, like a person.
Yeah.
Because, dude, that's how I treat all my buddies. You know, like it's like
Hmm.
if they have something that like just as guys, like it's like, dude, if you have something that you're a little self conscious of or that isolates you or you think isolates you,
Hmm.
then that is what I'm gonna pick on when I make jokes. Just
Oh yeah.
that's just how I am, dude. You know, that's how.
And in the military, especially us wounded warriors, we dude, I tell you what, we are funny, but we pick on each other like we're still in. Okay, regardless of what your disability is, we had a guy there. Interestingly enough, his name was Mark.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Represent,
he
dude.
he was in a wheelchair, and
Right.
so he was the only one, by the way, in a wheelchair. And every time we'd go to break or go to lunch or go to dinner, whatever, Mark, I'm like one of the first ones out the door. Somebody's assisting me out. Mark comes flying by me in that wheelchair, and I know it's him because all you hear is, and I'm like, there go Mark showing off again. Yeah, you
Yeah.
better be glad I ain't got no wheels.
Yeah.
Look, that's what I tell him every time. There go Mark showing off again. You better be glad I ain't got no wheels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd chase you down.
So
I was like,
sick, dude.
always speeding past somebody. You probably get speeding tickets all the time, don't you? But
That's
we were
awesome, man.
having fun, man.
Yeah. Can you
And
get a
that's the
DUI
thing.
on one of those things? That's what I would ask him, dude.
Oh God, he doesn't drink. He's one
Oh,
of those
nice.
guys.
Oh,
But that
God
would have been
bless,
a good
man.
one.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was a
drink
good.
either, so respect.
Yeah, likewise, so I mean, it was a sober event as well, and we couldn't drink. They wanted us to respect that so that we could have a good time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, when I tell you we're in there joking and clowning so many different people, it was so funny. We were just having a good time, and that's what mattered.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trying to do our best to have a good time.
You ever do you ever is your brain always thinking like that, like wired just to tell jokes or just to just like think of because dude, I always just kind of roast myself at work and that's how I trick myself into not being pissed off because it just seems like more ridiculous when I'm making fun of myself or like it's kind of something I don't know, it's a weird sadistic thing. I guess that happens in my brain, but I'm always just like, oh man, there's
I'm
just
trying to
always
think. Am I always? Not always. I think mine is more of a improv. So as soon as something happens, bam, I'm there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I show up right on time, buddy.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I am the first one to the punch. Okay. And if you're not expecting it, it's gonna hit you.
Hmm.
That punch is gonna hit and it's gonna hit hard. I was doing some real good punchlines when I was down there in Florida, man. It was just I'm just so quick, and I'm trying to remember what that it was one of the staff members. She had did something. And oh my gosh, that punchline came so quick to me.
Right, right.
She was like, she kept saying, and one more thing, and one more thing, and one. I said, I think you're running out of things here. And now you're just making it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like, we're trying to leave, lady, like, let it go.
That's too funny, dude.
But yeah, and so then she was like, it was one moment, I think this was toward the end of the trip. And she's God bless her, she talks a lot. But she was saying like she initially started out by saying, well, I don't have much to say. I don't really have anything to say. And then we got to the end and she's like, I just wanted to say something. I said, it figures.
That's
Because
hilarious,
she
dude.
always has something to say throughout the
Yeah,
whole trip.
yeah.
And then you gonna tell us before we start this sensitive moment is what I'll call it. Intimate. I'll give you an intimate moment. What we're doing in this circle right now, you're going to say in the beginning of it that you don't have much to say. I don't believe that. And it showed at the end. So
That's
yeah, no,
hilarious.
stuff like that. But I'm more of an improv guy.
Yeah,
To a
yeah.
long story short, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, no, it is just like such a cool thing. I wanted to circle back. I just thought of more like this kind of idea. We were talking about exercise earlier and just kind of interfacing with the world. I notice a lot of the time when I like when I meditate or when I have to when I'm stretching, when I'm trying to focus on like even like yeah, when I'm lifting weights or even at jujitsu, when I'm trying to focus on a movement, I have to actually like close my eyes. And I'm do like even just right now I'm closing my eyes thinking about it because I have to think about like, oh, I have to activate this part of my body. And for me, I have to almost like close my eyes to feel the muscle activate, if that makes
hmm
sense.
hmm
And like what's for you like it must be a completely different feeling now like playing sports, going sailing, you went skiing before, you did all these like things that nobody would really think of like a blind person going and trying all these different things, let alone like fully immersing yourself in it and succeeding at these things, like finding like cool ways to achieve to just like what your whole essence is as a human being, like not focus on the why me, but think about what you can do and how you can improve your day and have a good day and get the most out of everything you do. That's kind of what I
yeah.
think about when I think of you. And so like what's like I'm trying to think of how I can word this, but like what's the how different does it feel for you to interface with the world? Do you feel like I kind of I was asking about earlier in regards to like a mind muscle connection? Like, is
I
it how
definitely
different is it?
put it this way. I definitely feel like when I close my eyes, when I'm either doing something, thinking about something, whatever it is, when I'm actively doing something and I close my eyes, the focus sharpens.
Hmm.
Why do I say this? I have a saying that our eyes are our biggest distractions.
Hmm. Yeah,
If
in
if
more
I
ways
close
than one, man. Holy.
and now if I am looking around and I'm trying to do something at the same time while I'm looking around, I'm more than likely going to be distracted by something that I'm looking at.
Right.
But if I close my eyes, I'm no longer distracted by the outward, the world that's around me. I'm not distracted by it. I'm distracted by whatever I am touching.
Right.
So whatever I'm touching is the focus versus what's around me.
Hmm.
You can, I've even found myself, regardless of whether my eyes are open or closed, toning my ears out. Whatever I'm hearing, I can tone that out if I'm touching something because the channel of touch is way stronger
Hmm.
than anything else, man. When you focus on what you're touching, especially if something touches you, hey, you know that feeling. If something like if a bug were to be crawling on you, you'd be like, "What the?"
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
changes everything.
Oh, dude.
Everything has now switched. So
Yeah.
what is that touching me? Because that feeling is your body's neurological system is ready to fire that. It's like firing towards whatever that is
Right.
because that's where the focus is.
Yeah.
And now, when I'm in the gym, for example, today, before I even step up to whatever I'm doing, my body, I focus my mind on the exercise that I'm getting ready to do before I even do it. I don't care if this is my first set or my last one. I'm already focused on what I'm doing. Why? Because I want to make sure my form, my technique, and everything else is on point. Because
Hmm.
that's how you get hurt. As
Do you
soon as you start slacking off, I don't care what the weight is. Dude, I do 135 pounds on deadlifts the same way I do 315 pounds on deadlift.
Hmm.
I don't switch. There's
Right.
no change in my technique. There's no change in my form.
Right.
I can hold 135 pounds a lot longer than I can hold 315, but there's no change in how I pick it up.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I mean by that.
It's more of like a yeah. It's so That's crazy, dude. It is kind of funny because we're sold the idea of like it's cut and dry, dude. I watched Daredevil, dude. You stop looking, you start hearing better. But
Yep.
you never think about the other senses of
Hmm.
like that is crazy because like I said, I just through the practice of meditation, I wear a blindfold when I meditate, and so
Hmm.
I can just feel my breath and feel my body, like, and that's why it makes me so curious. Because, like you said, I have the opportunity to just take the blindfold off after, and just be like, okay, I've done my 20 minutes of just like chilling in the dark. I'm gonna go back to like looking around, but it does change the way I feel. Like it genuinely does change the way I
Hmm.
feel. Like just in terms of like being able to feel my rib cage expanding differently, or if you're stretching deeply, like a forward fold, a lot of the time you can feel like the back of your rib cage expanding as you're breathing. Like if you just interesting things like that, and it just kind of makes me a lot more aware of you know how my body moves.
Hmm.
And I could just only imagine now that you bring that up, like if you prolong that experience, how connected you may or may not feel. I don't know. Maybe it goes the other way as well.
Yeah, I know. I do. I challenge you. Um, so you say you have a blindfold. I challenge you. Just I don't care what it is you're eating. Eat something blindfolded.
Oh, crazy, dude.
And the reason I say that is because I just I have to do all this stuff myself blindfolded. Whether it's putting condiments on my sandwich, whether it's opening up condiment packets, whether it's, making sure my sandwich is the way I want it, there's not nothing on it that I didn't want, whether it's my drink, all these different things. Eating having to cut something.
Right.
Now that Whoo, I've had some small pieces of meat and I've had some really big ones. Okay.
Yeah,
Because sometimes you just don't stab that meat right. Okay.
yeah.
And when you try to go into that middle section of the fork and you don't make it all the time. So I've learned how to count my prongs on the fork with the knife. Like all of these different techniques, bro.
That's hilarious. Again, that's a thing I would never have thought of.
I'm just saying, and so also another thing, and this is, you don't have to do this because you're not visually impaired, but since we as VIs, we when we go to restaurants, say for example, I want a steak,
Hmm.
I don't want to cut it up because first off, it takes too freaking long, and I don't want to deal with how big or small the pieces are. So
Right.
I kindly ask the waitress, could you please have them cut that up in the back for me?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
visually impaired. And that's all I have to say. Oh, yeah. And some people will say, how would you like that cut? Would you like it cubed? Would you like it filleted? How would you like it
Like
cut?
slices, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, just cubed. And, okay, thank you. I'll ask them in the back to do that.
Yeah.
My food comes out cut.
Like bite size, dude. I just don't
My
want to
food
cut
comes out
it.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do challenge you at home. I don't care what you're eating. You could be eating fast food. You could be eating a meal you just cooked.
Hmm.
I challenge you to eat it blindfolded.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna do it, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try that out.
Yeah,
It
for sure.
it would be cool to think because there's restaurants, right, where you could just eat in the pitch black.
Mm.
Have you heard of
What
those?
is what is that? It's something like that. They got a restaurant you blindfolded and you go eat with your date or something like or some kind of thing like that. I
There's one
forget
in
what it's called.
Vancouver here where it's not that they blindfold you, it's that it's literally in the like it's pitch black. And I think the people that work there are usually visually impaired, dude.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah,
So
I
they
didn't
can
heard it. Ever
navigate
heard
it
of it.
way better because it's like, dude, this is every restaurant for me. Like this
Mm,
is
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
that's crazy, dude. It have you been to one of those? Have you thought
I've never even heard of it
really?
until you just mentioned it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so that's pretty
One
dope.
day, dude, we should go to one together.
Yeah, look, that's pretty dope to
You
me.
help me.
So, like you just said, that's my everyday.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, bro, that's
Uh,
every restaurant for me.
oh, that was what I was doing when people would say, when we were in Tampa, people would say how they looked
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
how they woke up or, oh, I need to go shower or do this and do that. I said, oh, you look fine to me. You look the same way you did this morning.
That's awesome, dude.
You look the same way you did this morning. I don't see no difference.
That's awesome.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
again, yes, I know how to make myself look good. I know how to do my hair.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know how to get in the shower. I know how to dress myself. All this cool stuff. I know how to match. But guess what? You, I, I, I am more focused on your personality, how you come off, way more than I am what you look like.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
100%,
mean?
dude. 100%.
Yeah. So you can have on a Versace suit, Armani suit,
Which I do right
and
now.
you sound like the most douchebaggish person I've ever met in my life. I don't care what you got on. You
Yeah.
could have just got your hair cut and jumped on this car. I don't care what you got on. I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which
So
is,
yeah.
dude, and that's crazy because I think a lot of people say that shit, but then it's like, dude, you literally, like, you have no other choice. Like, that is the
Mhm.
only thing you could judge somebody based off of.
Yep.
Like, how do they treat me? How do they speak
Yeah.
to me? Are they respectful to the people I like?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty
Be
much
like,
it.
I don't care nothing about what you look like, brother. Like,
Because I
what did
say
you
the
just
same
say to
thing,
me?
but but you know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, I say the same thing. I always say that. It's like, dude, I judge someone based off of their merits, off of how they treat people, off of the respect they show. But there is like undoubtedly and sorry, I guess undeniably,
Hmm.
there's no like there's obviously always going to be some sort of visual judgment of like, oh, this guy's like a little dirty or this guy's wearing like whatever and or looks a certain way or be there's always going to be some sort of a judgment visually, whereas like for you, I guess it's literally you have no other option. Like it's like no, that's it, dude. Which
Hmm.
actually genuinely makes you more authentic.
Right. Exactly, man.
Holy shit, dude! I just got exposed to one of the biggest parts of my ego. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude.
So
That's
yeah.
nuts, man. Dude, this is why I'm stoked that you're gonna have your own podcast because I could literally just like chat your ear off all day. I like it. These are the types of things at least I could say like that I'm interested in.
Hmm.
Like, because of course I love hearing your stories. I could
Yeah.
ask you more and more about those stories, dude. It's just hearing about the planes and looking at pictures of it. I'm like, dude, I want to watch videos of this now. Like, I'm actually like genuinely interested in something that like scares the shit out of me because I'm terrified of heights, dude. But
I got something to tell you on that.
yeah,
So
what's up?
one of the guys who was a boom operator, the same job I did,
Hmm.
actually was afraid of heights.
Dude,
I worked with him.
and he flew planes, dude.
I worked with him.
That's crazy, man.
Yes. Like
Did he
I
ever
was
tell
like,
you how he got over that fear?
he didn't.
Right.
He was still afraid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
So the way I found out, so at Seymour Johnson, I'm stationed. I was stationed in North Carolina, and at that base we had two planes there: the KC-135 and the F-15 Strike Eagle, the
mm,
fighter. We got a tour of the fighter. Some the fighter guys took us over there so we could do a tour of the fighter, like literally walk around, climb up on top of it, and look in it.
sit in the cockpit or no?
No, they wouldn't let us sit in,
Oh, dang.
just because of
They,
things they didn't want us to touch, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But anyway, uh, the we're up on top of this thing, literally standing on top of the plane,
Yeah.
because that's how you get into it. You climb up a ladder, and you go. So if you're facing the plane on the left wing, I mean, right. No, it is the left wing if you're facing outside, but if you're facing the actual plane, it's on the right side of the plane.
Right.
You go up a ladder that's on the front of the wing.
Hmm.
So you go climbing up this ladder. The I guess the crew chiefs remove it when
You
you're
take
in the
off.
cockpit.
Yeah.
When you're in the cockpit, they remove it off the plane. But you climb up this ladder on top of the wing, walk towards the basically the middle of the plane, and you that's how you crawl into the cockpit.
Right. How high up is that?
I would give it
Like 15 feet?
maybe nah, it's like maybe 8 to 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
It's not crazy. I'm trying to think. It had, I don't know, it might have been like 10 feet off the
Mm.
ground, something like that. But either way, when you get up there, it does seem kind of high, just a little bit. To me, I can jump it. I used to jump off roofs off the top of a roof when I was a kid.
Yeah,
It ain't
yeah,
no
yeah.
problem to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but when we got up there, they're talking to us, and one of the other freaking boom operators with us was being an idiot, and he started like shaking the plane, like the wing. Like he
Yeah, yeah,
started
yeah. Like
shaking it.
rocking a boat, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I get you.
Of course, it's not like really going anywhere, but it's just like he's hey, don't do that. Like that kind of thing. And not the guy that I'm telling you that's afraid of heights. The guy who was showing us the plane. He's hey, don't do that. Like, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so anyway, after that happened, that's when the guy got afraid because he was like, oh heck no, I'm getting off the plane. I said, what's wrong? He's like, man, I'm afraid of heights. I said, what? I
That's
wasn't
crazy.
even pissed off that he was afraid of heights from being on top of the plane. I'm like, you're a boom operator. We do our job at 20,000 feet and you're afraid of 10?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, what is going on?
Dude, there is an aspect to that I get though, because as a carpenter, there's so many times where like I've got to work at heights, like not nearly what you'd fly at, but enough that my knees are shaking. I'm
Oh,
starting to
yeah.
get sweats. I'm starting to like, all my muscles tense up. And
Hmm.
I got to remind myself like to relax and breathe, like literally have to remind myself to breathe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Hmm.
and it never gets better. But every single time I'm like, this is just what I got to do today, dude. Like let's just get it done. And I could only imagine, dude, had that guy probably felt like that every single day at work. For me, it's like like once a week, twice a week, maybe. Like
Hmm.
that's every day for this
Ah,
guy.
dude, my mind was so blown. Oh, and by the way, he was not like a small guy. He was the big guy. It's usually always the big guys. Why is it always the big guys?
Do they
They
hit the
have
ground
some
harder?
weird,
I don't know.
they have some weird like, oh, I'm afraid of heights, or oh, I'm afraid of this, or I'm afraid of the spiders, or something. Something weird like that's way
Yeah, yeah.
smaller or way. He's like, this can't be
Oh,
real.
dude.
You're lying,
Well,
right?
yeah. Well, I'm not that big, dude. I like you said, like I'm probably like the same size as you were in high school, dude. I'm like 5'11", maybe 190-ish,
Yeah, yeah.
185.
Well, you
So
weigh more than me. I mean, we're the same height, but you definitely weigh more than me. I weighed
yeah,
that when I was in the military,
yeah.
playing
But
semi-pro.
definitely I'm not that big, and it's
No, I got you. That's a good size, though. What
yeah,
you're at
yeah.
right now, that's
Still
a solid
terrified of
size.
height though. Still terrified of heights, man.
No, I'm saying as far as your build, that's a pretty decent size. It was a good size for me. I enjoyed that size for a while. I didn't like it because of the fact of I wanted to hit 200 and I could never get there.
Oh, dude, I'm the opposite. I graduated high school at like 225. I was a big
And
boy. Yeah.
I was still 170 at
Yeah.
the biggest,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
my most biggest weight. And I lifted weights twice a day
Yeah, yeah.
and I couldn't do nothing about
Oh
it.
man, I was
You
the
know what I'm saying?
opposite, dude. I was one of those kids, dude, where I just ate and ate and ate,
Well,
and
I
I
wish I
started
could have.
lifting at like
We had
15.
three
So
people in the house that had to eat. Well, three kids in the house that had to eat, so we couldn't do that all that
yeah,
eating.
yeah, yeah, dude. Well, that's dude. I ended up getting like from what I felt like was too big. Like I got up to like 230, 235, just like lifting weights, like you said, like once, twice a day. And I was super into bodybuilding and just wanted to be jacked and shredded and tanned.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, dude, I just want to do yoga and jujitsu and like lift weights and fucking. I want to be able to like, you hear stories about people that are in their 30s and 40s that complain about shit like back pain, and I'm like,
Hmm.
dude, that is like worst case scenario for me. Like I
Hmm.
just turned 30. I don't want to ever complain about back pain for another 50 years, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh
it's
yeah, I get it.
there's people that and like yeah, it's just like the slow degradation of their bodies. You're just like, dude, you need to lift. Like you need to move and stretch. Like you said, like that's where like I find myself stretching so much more now because every time I exercise hard, like a hard workout, I'm
Hmm.
like, yo, I am fucking sore now, dude. 10 years ago, I never felt like this.
I want you to real quick look up Ronnie Coleman.
Oh, dude, I used to love Ronnie Coleman, man.
Lightweight.
Yes, dude.
Listen, you have you seen him lately though?
Oh, dude, he's in
He can
pieces.
barely walk, bro.
He's in pieces, dude. It's the
Yes.
saddest thing.
I know, man. I'm like, yo, see that? I can't. I mean, I love lifting weights, but not to that point.
What's crazy too is you could tell, dude, that purely he is in it for the love of the game
Oh
because he
yeah.
still lifts like a bodybuilder. Like he hasn't it doesn't look like he's like every video I follow him on Instagram and like all
Hmm.
the time he's just ripping bicep curls and bench pressing and it's like I dude even now like I said like I'm pretty able bodied. Like I deal with a shoulder injury I got to get repaired, but I'm still lifting like 4 times a week, doing jujitsu, running, and my main focus is like I just want to be able to work hard and move well. Like I don't want body pains at work. I don't want to be one of those guys on the job site in construction that's like, "Oh, can you do this for me? I can't bend my knee well." Oh, can you do this for me? Like I want to be the guy that they rely on. Like
Hmm.
that's the way I think about it. I
Yeah.
and it's the same with like having kids. Like trying to get married in the next little bit here and trying to get like start a family and I don't want to be that dad that like can't pick up his kid. I want to be able to do like you said like dude, if you're hitting 315 deadlifts for 5 reps, you have no
Hmm.
problem lifting a kid up off the ground
Oh yeah.
and giving him a hug. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's
Hmm.
for me, that's like the biggest thing is like I want to be able-bodied. I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
be huge anymore.
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking while you were talking about, getting down, bending down and stuff like that, dude. With all the surgeries and metal rods that were inserted in my body, whether it was my back or both of my legs, whatever, man, listen, getting on a knee It's not easy.
Oh
Getting
yeah,
on the floor, like I did glute bridges today. Not easy. Dude, but when I get done, when I get up, to me, that's another rep. You know what I mean? Like
a hundred
I
percent,
actually
dude.
am okay with getting up. I can actually get up without using my hands to push me up now. That's showing me growth. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I sit there and I reflect sometimes. When I'm at the gym though, it's not like a everyday thing because I would be I would be stuck in a trance if I stayed reflecting all the time. But what I'm getting at is when I'll do something at the gym and I'm just like, holy crap. Like today when I did the deadlifts and I hit 315 for 5 reps and it felt light.
Yeah,
I was like, holy crap. Cause I just remember when I was doing 300 and that crap felt heavier than this.
yeah, yeah. Well, dude,
What
that's
is going
exactly.
on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like I guess maybe like because what I said was what I mean, I guess, is a better way to say it is like I want to make sure that I'm as capable as I physically can
Yeah, no,
possibly
I know
be.
what you mean. Yeah.
And I think that's exactly it. Like, dude, like you're finding ways to just like not just do the movement, but like be able to do it in a way where you're not damaging your joints. Like and to do it in a way where it's like, oh, I'm actually making my and taking what your body's capable of doing and expanding it, just so, even if it is like you said, a baby step.
Hmm.
Like just 1% better, 1% better. I just want to like be able to like whether it's pick up a kid or just like be able to function on your day to day basis without pain. You know what I mean? Like it would
Yeah.
we're all gonna eventually have chronic pain. I don't have to like explain that for you, but for anyone listening, it's like we're all going to have chronic pain eventually. And so it's
Eventually.
like, how can you minimize it? How can you put it off as long as possible? And
Hmm.
then once you have it, it's like it sucks. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I need to mitigate this now. Like I need to learn to move in a way where I can still get the most out of my day and still get the most out of what I'm doing in this moment right now. You
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It is the thing that I think is like one of the most important things in life to me is like it is the and it's one of those things where like the consequences are so real. Like it is like we do only have one vehicle through this life, like this meat suit that we're all in. And it's like, dude, you are the only person that can make it a better ride,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know? It is and dude, that's why I appreciate your content so much, dude. I'm looking forward to your podcast when it starts to come out. You said it's on the 27th, the Wednesday. Do you have
Yeah.
a schedule set up for it? Are you going to drop on
When it's gonna
Wednesdays?
release? Yeah, it's gonna be every Wednesday. So
Wednesday
once a week. Yeah.
in the morning or in the evening, or
More likely it's gonna be
we
mornings.
plan that? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay.
gonna be mornings.
It is something that could
And it'll
change
also
too.
be not just, audio, it'll be YouTube as well. So video as well.
That was going to be my next question is where it's going to
Yeah.
be available. So it's going to be
So all the major, platforms like Apple, Spotify, all that stuff, and then YouTube.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. So okay, dude, that's sick. And it's called No Vision, No Excuses, you said?
No
That
site.
no sight, no
So no
excuses.
site, no excuses.
Right.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm stoked for it. Is there anything that you want to chat about? Anything that's on your mind or anything like that before we wrap this thing up?
Nah, man, I think we hit everything. We hit everything that we wanted to talk about, with the text and everything that we sent. And so yeah, man, I'm just out here living life. I mean, I am getting ready to go see my youngest brother. I haven't seen him in over a year.
Where
Be-
is he at?
yeah, he's in the Air Force and he's stationed in Italy.
Oh, damn,
So
dude.
yeah, so we getting ready to travel out there, man, and go spend some time with him, and also tour Italy. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to do that.
Wow.
I've never been to Italy, so I'm excited, bro.
Me neither, dude. That's epic, man. I
Yeah,
never
I'm so
been anywhere
excited.
like that.
I'm so excited, man.
That's crazy,
I need
dude.
to come up there to Vancouver.
Yeah, man. Dude, that'd be wicked. I'd love that, man. That'd be wicked, dude. I'd love to have you around and just kind of show you around here. But dude, that's epic, man. How do you have other family members that are in there? Are you guys all in the Air Force? I know you said you kind of come from a
No, me and him are the only two that have been Air Force. Everybody else was either Navy. Well, actually, we've been in all branches in my family. So,
right.
but the most was Navy. We had six Navy,
Wow.
and then one of every other branch.
Wow, that's
Other,
crazy.
so one Army. I never met him. He passed away before I was born.
Hmm.
And then one Marine, one Coast Guard. Now he's actually still in the Coast Guard.
Oh,
And
gangster.
then, yeah, me and my youngest brother, Air Force.
That's
So
super
we
dope,
currently
dude.
have two still serving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a strong bloodline, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Just warriors through and
And
through.
that's what all of those are on my mom's side.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Literally just a family of warriors.
Mhm.
That's nuts, man. That's super sick. Well, dude, I'm stoked for your like I said, I'm stoked for your podcast. That is like the type of thing that I'm gonna listen to at work. So I'm excited to listen to it and give you some feedback as well.
Yeah.
Um and dude, I love chatting with you. I love your content. And so I there's got nothing left to say other than just like keep being you, dude, because it makes me want to be a better me.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. I really do, man.
I appreciate your time, dude, and I love chatting with you, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope everyone enjoys this as much as I enjoyed having this conversation.
Likewise.
All right, brother. Much love. Peace out.
Thanks.